And speaking of people lifting material,
Y'all think you can get a woman to do anything you want her to do by validating her feelings. Let me tell you something, bro. You do not have to lie to women. If she like you enough, she'll lie to herself.
Facts.
Now you're great, gotta manipulate. You don't gotta gaslight. If she like you enough, she'll gaslight herself. She will manipulate herself. Nah, but he really do like me though. Yeah, but he did this. But he did this. But he really do. He a good guy. She'll lie to herself. So you don't have to validate their feelings to get whatever. Yeah.
If you that nigga, nah.
You don't have to. Girls break rules for the nigga that they want.
Ooh.
And they make rules for the nigga that they don't want.
Say my name.
Wow. So if she...
That boundary talk is great. It sounds great on social media, but any girl that has really liked the dude,
she gonna bet some of them, yes.
Some of them, certain boundaries she will bend on.
Nah, y'all do girl to make it rule quick now.
Yeah, it's like a rule.
For nigga, 6'6", tattoo, and a beard. 6'6" tattoo, and a beard.
Yeah, but and get back.
Nigga, that nigga got a whole new set of rules.
What?
He got his own rule book.
sound familiar?
Yeah, so it's pretty funny, yeah, this whole thing happens. Make rules. Here's the problem. Can anybody see the dangers of what he's saying right there? She's willing to manipulate herself, and he doesn't have to manipulate her. So let's just say at the end of the relationship, she comes to the realization after therapy or whatever, oh, he didn't really like me that whole time, but he literally was telling you he didn't like you, but you were lying to yourself. What do women call that guy afterwards?
A narcissist.
Narcissist.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all over TikTok.
Yeah.
I've seen, and I'm not saying there aren't men out there that are narcissists, there are, but what I've seen often is women lying to themselves about a guy who was straight up telling you. I know a girl right now who is crying over a dude she was dating who is a male star. And it's just like, when I talk to her, I'm like, dude, the dissonance is just so maddening. Yeah, but no, he really does like me. I'm like, what the f does it matter? Like, it's so crazy. She's willing to lie to herself, and then in the end, she calls him a narcissist. But what did he do wrong? He told you he didn't want to be in a relationship. A man expressing his desires and preferences to you is not narcissism, because your preference for height is not narcissist, or maybe it is. Maybe we're both narcissists. But it's just crazy to me whenever I see this. He can express a preference. The preference is, and I did this once. I was seeing a girl, fantastically beautiful, and told her, I'm not interested in being in a relationship right now. We can hang out every night if you want, but I'm going to see other people when I'm not with you. And she said, no, that's terrible. And then she said yes. And then we were together for over 2 years after that happened. And she afterwards may go tell herself, oh my God, Michael was a narcissist. No, I told you the whole time what was going on. I didn't acquiesce to what you wanted. That does not make me a narcissist, because at no point did I ever lie to you. But in your mind, you go back, and because lies were being told to you, but they weren't being told to you by me, they were being told to you by yourself, and now I'm the one who gets the blame for it. Does everybody see how that can be dangerous, what he was just saying right there?
Yep.
I think women do that as like a protection thing. I mean, I feel like all people do that because it's easier to blame another person than blame yourself. So you might as well just blame them when it's like all over, you know, so you don't have to.
Have you ever
And
been
it absolves you of responsibility for it.
Exactly.
We should ask the girls, have you ever been in a situation like that where you like had to like sort of like, you know, make it up on the fly? Like this is why he's the way he is. This is, have you ever lied to yourself for a guy?
Yep. A lot, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I like psychology. I just graduated with my psychology degree.
Yay.
A couple months ago. But I would just like read so deeply into psychology that like if a man did anything, I'm like, oh, it's because of his past.
Right.
It's because of his like relationship schema with his mom. It's because of this. But no.
The trauma.
Trauma. Like,
I think a lot of women do that.
Yeah.
A lot of women do that.
Absolutely.
But you did it on your own. It wasn't like prompted by him. You were the one who was just trying, because to facilitate the relationship, maybe the dick's good, I don't know, but to facilitate the relationship, it's like you'll lie to yourself to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think it's easier to lie to yourself when you're in love, right? Because you're in love, and it's just easier to live in that than in reality.
And you like want to hope for potential and change.
Yeah. And I also noticed it within at least the women that I talk to a lot of times we date and have like a savior complex when you know something's wrong with the guy already, and you see the signs of it pretty early in dating too, but you pursue a relationship or you're dating him long term, and then what happens? Those things come right in your face, and you can't change him because you should never want to, and everyone tells you that from the beginning, but they still try to be the savior, try to change him, try to help him heal, and it's just trauma and like, you know, stuff like that.
Or
Doesn't
just
really
like
work.
hope that he'll come to his own realizations of like what he needs
through your
to
love.
do. Yeah,
through your
yeah,
love,
exactly.
through being there to support him.
Yeah, exactly.
Be there for him, show him that there's real love out here no matter what he's been through, and hope that that changes him for the better.
Yeah. I read a quote the other day. I have to bring it up.
Is it a psychology quote?
I don't know, but it's sad. It's true too for a lot of people. It says it's hard to wait around for something you know might never happen, but it's harder to give up when you know it's everything you want. That's a thing. That's like why I would make excuses for a guy, you know? That's the biggest reason.
That's how I feel about GTA 6.
That is a true statement. I cannot wait.
Men who are very lonely, and I do ask them, do you have any female friends? And the answer is invariably no. And I always say that you need them, and they're like, no, we shouldn't be friends. Men and women can't be friends. And I said, but they're training ground for women in the real world, because when you have female friends, they teach you what things upset women, what things make them happy, what they mean by when they text slowly, when they text fast, when they don't text at all. They teach you so much that you can't learn from women directly, because when a woman is in love with a man, she can't help but play stupid games because it's part of a protection strategy. So what she'll do is say she's done when she's not done, or say she doesn't want to sleep with you when she does want to sleep with you. She'll say the opposite of what she truly means. But having female friends helps you understand this human psychology behind a woman in a way that direct experience with them won't.
I'm not going to accuse Sadiya Khan of literally ripping me off. I'm not going to do that. But she ripped off someone who ripped me off, because I've been saying this since 2008 and been getting nothing but lambasted for it. I said exactly the same thing. But here's the difference where she's the part she's kind of missing, because she's just talking about female friends. I put women in the friend zone, meaning on the gate. It's not like it's like, hey Bailey, you're kind of hot. Let me. Oh, you don't like me? Okay, friends. I shot my shot. I got shot down. Friends. Now you put me in the friend. No, from the jump, I put girls in the friend zone. Everybody put your hands in the middle. 1, 2, 3, break. Let's go make some fucking money at bikini competition. Yeah, let's go. That's always been what I've done. And shout out to all these people who are just now catching up. But I got videos. I got the receipts. In 2008, I was saying this exact same shit, and nobody was echoing what I was saying. Now everybody's saying this shit and acting like it's brain surgery. When you walk up to a beautiful woman and you've got a beautiful woman with you because she's your friend, the beautiful woman you're walking up to, she does not cognitively go, yeah, but he's probably not her. She doesn't do that. She just sees another beautiful woman. This amygdala fires and like, this is a higher status man, and that's all you need to get you over the hump so that you can get past whatever shield she's got up on the approach.
Shout out to Kindly Myers.
Shout out to Kindly Myers, yes.
You know, if you look outside, it's kind of a gloomy day.
Holy shit, is that
Don't ever
Michael?
let that take away the fact that you get to wake up every day privileged enough to drink Casamigos and take steroids. I know this. You guys are still gonna make excuses. Oh, but I have to work a job. No, you don't. What's to stop you from committing credit fraud, getting approved for an Amex, maxing it out, putting it all on black, quadrupling your money? But I know you guys still won't do it. You'd rather, invest in the S&P 500 and make 0.5% return a year. We choose to fuck ourselves over. It's all in the mind. You could choose. Take steroids, become an alcoholic, get rich, or stay average just like everybody else.
That's fucking
I don't think we did any commentary. I think
that's incredible.
That's like, it's so true. It's so funny that's talking about being self-aware. There's so many guys who would say, I would never do that, who have done that. If you guys want to know, go on stage at any nightclub in Las Vegas and you'll see rich dudes and they're surrounded by guys like that. They usually have a couple of tattoos. They're like overly yoked and they have no job. There's a bunch of guys exactly like that.
He's on it with the steroids thing. I didn't realize how many people were on steroids.
Yes, it is crazy.
Especially here.
It is never been easier. I will tell you that too. Like, especially like hanging out with the guys at Powerhouse Gym now, that like seeing where they get stuff and where it comes from. I remember my brother was an amateur circuit bodybuilder back in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And you had to like go across the border to go into like Tijuana, and you have to know where you're going. You had to know somebody to do it. Now it's like it's just crypto.
Yeah, everyone's juicing. If you want to work on a Fit Club, you can't be natural.
Never been easier.
They don't allow you to work out there.
Yeah.
Can't you take
Stop saying that. Hey, shout out to Fit Club. You guys are awesome.
No, you can't go to Planet Hollywood or Planet Fitness. Planet Fatness. What's that?
Can't you take like pills now too?
You
Like
can.
you don't know what's good.
Yeah.
Take anything here.
Yeah, like powder, pre-workout, a juice.
Sure.
No, steroids is a little.
No.
Steroids is
that's
very
different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Peptides.
Yeah.
Peptides. It's all peptides.
Just imagine I eat food and I get calories. These calories can turn into fat or they can turn into muscle. In order to turn to muscle, I have to break down muscle. And then I conduct this thing called protein synthesis, which builds the muscle. When I'm younger, I have more ability to do that because I have more HGH in my body and more growth hormone and I have more testosterone. If you get older, what anabolics do is like literally I can starve myself and like go into a calorie deficit, which would cause me to burn muscle more than fat. But because I'm taking anabolics, It doesn't. It only burns fat and it builds muscle. And then next thing you know, I'm performing for Thunder from Down Under.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Lean muscle.
Yes, but it's but it's like because your body, like I've seen guys who don't even work out and just load up on Trend and Winnie, and they look incredible and they hardly work out. Because their body is doing nothing but taking every calorie and turning it into muscle, and those muscles are burning all the fat. It's crazy. It's such
and
a fucking.
They lose all their hair and their pecker won't.
Yeah, for sure. Their doesn't work anymore, and their haircut falls out. They get really greasy and they beat up their girlfriend. But other than that, like it's totally normal.
Yep.